Hey everybody, welcome back to Dress to Quest. We're here for episode 11, Chilled to the Bone. But before we start, of course, we're always going to let our players tell you who they are and who they are playing. And tonight we're sad to miss our paladin, but she will return with us next week. But until then, Alex, you're the first one to start.
Hi, I'm Alex, also known as Idly, and I will be playing Erwina, the Stars Druid, and mechanically making castle hit things today.
Here we go. All right, Eric.
Yeah, I'm Snark. I'm not a rogue. I'm a Hexblade warlock, and I like to hit things on my own.
All right, Chris.
I really thought he was a rogue. I'm Chris, and uh, and I play Jinjack Wonderful, a human cleric.
All right, and space.
Uh, hey guys, I'm Space. I play Benji, the Mombarian, and yeah, I know who. I saw that comment.
The Mom Barian, huh?
I saw that comment.
There
Yes.
we go. All right, and I am your dungeon master for the evening. So, yeah, we are currently diving deep into our world of Icewind Dale, this icy tundra of everlasting winter and darkness. So, does anybody have any announcements before we begin? Anybody doing anything crazy this week that we need to shout out?
Yes, May the 4th on the Bad Ideas, which is in the chat, we will be doing a charity live stream, and I get to play my interpretation of R2D2 if R2D2 was in D&D, which is going to be just exciting for everybody, I guess.
All right. Anybody else?
I will also be playing R2D2 in a different stream.
Really?
One of us
Well,
has to change, okay? We
I know,
can't be
right?
wearing the
We can't
same
have
thing.
both.
We
That
can't
would be
we can't both be blue.
That would be really
silver.
weird, wouldn't it?
Yeah,
It
it would
would.
be.
Can
I
I
have
play
some
Chewbacca?
I have some announcements, but they don't happen for a couple weeks, so I'll just wait till next time.
All right, sounds good. Well, since there's no other question, actually, I guess we'll do this real quick. So, of course, every Wednesday we've got Tavern Talks over on my channel on Tabletop Misfits, and then this week we start episode 2 of our Candela Obscura campaign that we are running over on Twisted Fate. So it's a lot of fun. It's this noir 1900s murder mystery, and it's been a lot of fun. So come check us out on Thursday. Let's see here. So let me just kind of get everybody wrapped into what happened over the last couple weeks. Let me just transition here. All right. So East Haven has turned out to be quite an issue for the party. Their services to the city were noticed after taking care of what seemed like some local thugs that they were brought to by a little brat named Bryn. After that, they headed to a public execution where Captain Arlagoth requested for the party to give aid to their city to find a group of fishermen that were said to be killed by the notorious Red Wizards. Their goal to find passage to the center of Lac served to be a little more difficult for Snark and Arowena when talking with the dwarves, compared to Jinjak, as Jinjak gained passage by a father and son duo, where they took them to the last spot that they knew the fishermen were located. During that time, they left the boat and ventured off on foot, where they ran into these strange creatures of steam and ice. The creatures were vanquished by wit and strength, all the way to the point where Benji grabbed one and spearing it to the bone of a dead frost giant with a piece of Chardalyn locked within it. And as it exploded, it shattered that piece, releasing the spirits from their grave. The party then didn't have much time as a group of harpies tracked them down and chased them into the caverns. Hiding in the caves, Snark ventured off and was captured by climbing an awoken waterfall, which alerted a hungry dire wolf and the spirits of the cavern. Now, after taking care of both of those, the party has followed a wandering spirit deeper within the cavern until a voice that chilled their bones could be heard in the walls as they realize this is a mausoleum of the dead. And that, of course, is where we are starting this evening. So, my players, what do you have to say for yourselves?
Yeah. Who do you stab first?
Yeah. I love that Erwina is the furthest up the stairs.
Yes, and I believe you were the one that actually heard the talking from
Yeah.
the stairwell as you were following the spirit, the ball of energy, as it floated up the stairs.
I can't move.
Yeah, the game is paused.
That is because the game is paused.
Oh,
We can't
Alright.
move because we can't move.
Ta-da!
the thing that
Game
says
is
that-
unpaused.
All right. I'm gonna move up closer to Castle and Arwina.
I just
Okay.
whisper shout to everyone. Okay, so we all heard the creepy voice, right?
Mhm.
Why are we going towards it?
Jinjak, I want you to give me a perception check, please. So you're walking up towards this.
Well, I'll whisper back to to Benji because it's what we do.
Define we.
Oh, Ben,
uh,
stop being so shy. We know you're a great big vicious murder mom. Come on, get up
okay,
here.
but that's like only when I'm mad. Like 90% of the times, I'm scared of everything.
Yeah, well that's fine. Now come up here and get scared. Sorry, get mad.
Get mad.
I
I
gotta
can't. I'm literally can't get mad for the rest of the day. I'm just over it. And I walk over to Jinjak, and if I can move, yes, over towards the others. I hide behind Castle.
So just a reminder, I know you weren't here, and I don't know if Eric pushed it. You did get a long rest just a short period ago.
Oh, okay.
So you should have all of your rages back and everything. What'd you roll, Jinjak?
17.
17. So immediately you see kind of this crumpling of these bone-like hands starting to break out of the ground just about 10 feet away from you. And you start to notice that they start to appear more and more throughout the cavern.
Are they moving, or do you mean they're just sticking out?
They're just sticking out.
All right. Well, I have a feeling that if we try to move north, things are going to get very grabby. And I point out that there's bone-like hands coming out of the ground. They're not moving.
Yeah. I think Erwina is going to pull on the guidance of the stars.
Okay.
And is going to call out to the voice that we are travelers who mean no ill will to anyone who lives within this cave. We are just looking for people. So she's trying to diffuse.
Okay. Give me a perception, or give me a persuasion check,
Okay.
or deception, depending on how you're playing.
Erwina honestly means no harm.
Okay.
Everyone else, that's up to them. So persuasion.
Mhm.
Okay. Oh, 1d4. Not great. 13. Her doubt in her friends shines through. She means it. She
means
doesn't know
it, but
about
her-
anyone else.
All right. You just hear in your mind, young lady, you're welcome to come join me if you'd like.
Ask her if it's tea. Like, can we have tea? That's the only way I'm going over there.
Well, since you have been so kind as to invite us in, we should we should be gracious guests, and I will head that way, and Erwina will slowly start to walk up the
Step up the
stairs.
Okay.
Because she knows that that they've been made.
All right.
At least she has.
I'll follow Erwina.
And
I
I'm gonna
turn
guess
this-
Castle goes full German Shepherd mode, probably following.
I turn to Snark and I say, I don't think this is gonna end well. And I just follow.
Yeah,
Erwina doesn't think it's gonna end well.
I'm dumb and I think this is stupid.
So as you come up the stairs, you start to see that strange illuminescent glow that's given off by those balls of light that are kind of just floating around. You see 4 of them, just kind of in random spots throughout but one seems to be directly sitting on next to this very elderly looking lady, standing next to a large pot. There's a table next to it. You can see cups, you can see plates. What would you guys like to do?
Erwina is going to take a big look around if she can.
Okay. What are you looking for exactly? Just basic presence, or is there something specifically you're trying to...
Basic presence.
Okay. You can see that most of the room is pretty empty.
Mm-hmm.
You can see strange pieces of, looks like either meat or objects on, or like some sort of fruit, or not fruit, root that seems to be on the table itself, as the light kind of blends over it just a moment and then ominously just floats away slowly. But as the light flashes past the old lady, you can see that her body is covered in these tattered furs. This big heavy cloak is wrapped around her, and she has these almost like whitish brown feathers kind of hanging off the edge of this heavy cloak. Long, stringy gray hair. These very dark green eyes that you catch as the image just kind of flashes over the shadow of her figure and then kind of floats around into another direction.
Can I make a history or religion check? Because I have some experience with the Raven Queen. So can I see if I think that this might be Raven Queen related?
Sure, go for it.
I have a -1, but I'm doing it anyway. Hey!
Nice.
So I will say, with the natural 20, you know for a shadow of a doubt, this has nothing to do with the Raven Queen.
Okay. Good. Not Raven Queen. Probably just a hag who wants to feed us.
Erwina's gonna try and insight.
Okay.
Like
What are
how
you
close
trying
are
to-
we? How close are we to a fight? Basically,
Okay, so you're trying to see if
Yeah.
if she's becoming hostile or if
Yeah.
something is happening around you that could be hostile. Okay.
Yeah. Vibe check is a 14.
With a 14, I would say, doesn't seem like she's hostile. She's more curious, is what you're gathering. she's watching you very intently, the same way you are watching her.
Does she look human?
She looks human. She looks like a very elderly lady, covered in very heavy clothing, which, with you being out here in the cold, makes perfect sense.
I think. So while Erwina was resting the night before,
Mm-hmm.
she was knitting.
Correct.
She's going to reach into her bag and pull out the granny square that she's been working on.
Okay.
And she's going to offer it as a thank you for being, and she will say, thank you for being a hospitable host. I'm sure we're inconveniencing you with all of your very important work that you are obviously doing. Here is a gift
She
for
will,
for your kindness.
Are you stepping forward alone, or are you still stacked back with the crew?
No, she's staying back with the group, but she's giving an offering.
Okay.
Granny Square.
As you do that, she kind of just puts her hands out, and you can see these very bony, very brittle-looking hands as she sticks her one finger out, and as she does, the ball of energy will kind of float over and just kind of bob next to the object.
Mm-hmm.
You can hand it to him.
Oh.
He'll bring it back.
She'll very gently and tenderly offer it to them.
And it'll just
I
float
know
underneath it and just kind of bob with it. You can see the weight difference kind of changes everything, but it still just bobs a little slower as it goes back to her.
I know it's not much, but you could use it as a pot holder, a koozie for a mug, so you don't burn your hand on a soup bowl. The granny squares, they can be used for anything. They're very handy. You could make a sweater if you get enough of them.
Thank you very much, dearie. I do appreciate it. How about I offer you some tea? And she'll reach into her cauldron and she'll grab 4 teacups and she'll pour cups of tea in the
Yeah.
cups.
I lean over my shoulder and say, Benji, there's tea.
Oh, I was already, as soon as I heard the china clicking, I was already like on my way.
So you can see this very elderly lady just
Mhm.
with both hands just present you the tea.
Oh, thank you so much. This is lovely.
I'll take
And
it.
Go ahead.
I look over my shoulder. Arwina, aren't you coming to get the tea? Some tea?
Yeah, sorry, I've been busy looking at our screens for roleplay. Yeah, we'll come on over. And Castle will German Shepherd next to Benji.
So now that Jinjak is so close to that cauldron, please give me another perception check. And she hands a tea off to each of you.
16?
So with a 16, you notice that there are pieces of something on the table.
Something. Like what?
So the one thing you do catch with your glance of your eye is there is a humanoid thumb on the side of on that table. And then there is this string of what could be sausage or another type of meat that is dragging its way into the cauldron and just kind of hanging out the edge of it.
I sigh. I look down at the tea.
As you look down at the tea, you look down and an eyeball bloop, out the top of the tea, and it just kind of sits there on the top of the tea.
Is it a human eyeball?
Give me a medicine check.
Because that makes all the difference in the world. I mutter a prayer to Shantea. I say, Shantea, grant me wisdom. And I'll take an extra D4 with this. This is actually kind of important.
Mm-hmm.
There we go.
You very much know that is a melting human eye humanoid eye that is starting to slowly dissolve in this tea.
Benji, don't drink the tea.
Hey,
I
hey,
had it up to my lip. I was. Why?
Your pardon, Granny, but I generally don't take tea with. I reach down and I pull the eyeball out with like human eyes.
Oh, I'm
my
so
God.
sorry. She walks over and she just grabs the eyeball and flicks it over. My apologies. I really did not grab. I didn't clean it well enough. But everything should be fine.
hey, lady. I poke from behind the cauldron, kind of peeking over just my head. Hey, lady.
Yes.
They tell me I'm not really good at this social interaction stuff, but are you gonna kill us?
Why would you think something like that?
That wasn't a question. Are you gonna kill us?
Well, of course not.
Oh,
Why
okay,
would I?
she's good.
Snark, I think.
You really should drink the tea.
Erwina wants to incite her insistence on the tea.
I will also like to make an insight.
All right.
Yeah. Press X to doubt.
Ooh, nice.
Erwina presses a big X to doubt.
You can tell as she starts to get nervous with your concern of the tea. She leans over as Benji has the tea up to her lips, and she grabs the back of the tea and pushes it forward. Benji, I need you to give me a dexterity saving throw.
Yeah. Would I get a danger sense on this? Would I have advantage?
Oh, yeah, you would, with danger sense.
Nice.
I probably rolled bad anyway. I did.
Oh no!
I told you you would love the tea. As you can feel the tea kind of just pouring down the back of your throat, you start to go a little glassy-eyed.
Oh, wow. Okay. This is
know
great,
what?
guys.
I
Hey,
think
wait.
that violates the tradition of hospitality.
And
I feel that-
hospitality.
Hey guys, I
Everybody
think she's a
needed-
liar.
You asked if we wanted tea, and I just figured she needed tea. She seemed excited.
Well, I'm going to go.
Oh,
I'm going to
go ahead.
cast. I'm going to cast a hex on her.
Okay. And what does the hex feel or look like? So that-
it doesn't really say. It's kind of going to be up to you, I suppose.
Well, I figured it. How does your hex look?
So it would be related probably to some dark energy that's coming from the being that is connected to the sword,
Okay.
which is connected loosely to the Raven Queen. So probably darkness, semi-amorphic shapes, kind of something kind of like maybe hit her like in the chest and kind of like sink into her or something. It'd be pretty subtle, but it'd have an effect though.
All right. So she feels this energy kind of go inside her for a moment.
And it'll be
and
for
as
a,
she
it'll be for a strength check disadvantage. That
remind me on that because we missed that last time and that
Yes.
wasn't a big deal.
I will
Um,
definitely.
Right. She is going to. So as that happens, the wisp sees that there's a problem and floats in front of the face of the lady, revealing her true form, who she really is. For those on stream, you'll be able to see it as I bring it up here in a second. And those on, so if you can look on there, you see
Yeah.
a purplish gray face that elongates, eyes completely glassy white. The hair goes from this grayish white to a complete heavy black, matted and tangled within. The furs seem to almost get closer as it gets more tightly to her. And her arms, you now can see the hand that she had reached out to you is these elongated fingers and long fingernails. And she says, "Well, that wasn't very nice of you to take my hospitality so cruelly.
Sorry.
But nevertheless, more people for the cauldron is more important than anything. We'll make sure that you stay as long as you need to." And she is going to, at a start, she is going to glare at you, Snark, for casting that on her. So I'm going to do a death glare on you. So it's a wisdom save, DC 11.
Okay, and is it, so I have some, let's see, I thought I had something because I was a goblin. Maybe not. It's related to saving throws for that stuff.
I can
Look.
look real fast.
Fate Ancestry. Can't quite read it. Advantage on saving throws you make.
For charmed effects.
Okay, charm. Okay, cool. It's not a charm?
This is not a charm.
All right. Here we go.
Nice.
So as she looks at you, you can feel the energy within your body start to pull away, as if she's just consuming that energy. And
Whoa!
you can feel, but what happens immediately though is this secondary force pulls you back immediately, and in your mind you hear, "They are not yours. I will protect you."
Who was that?
Nice.
And then you come back to. All right, at that point, I'm guessing we're going to start combat. I don't know unless you would to continue to speak to the lady.
I still myself.
We'll see.
Okay.
Yeah, that definitely, I think, is violation of the rules of hospitality. You're a very bad old hag, is what I'm thinking. I'll roll initiative then, I guess.
Yeah.
All right, let me lock that up. Let me get all this going. All right, so for our combat, why did not everybody go into combat?
Why didn't the initiative show up?
There we go. Everybody's going to combat. It was acting up due to the last one. Combat. All right, the first will-o-wisp is going to actually fly off into the distance. So you're welcome to attack it if you'd like. It does have advantage because it's incorporeal, but you're welcome to try to attack it. So it's going to fly past Benji and Castle and fly out. So it's your choice if you want to attack it or not.
You're talking to me, right?
No, it's going to be Benji and Castle.
Yeah, it has
Yeah.
it has advantage, or do we have disadvantage?
You have disadvantage on the attack.
Okay, so I will reckless to get a straight roll,
Okay.
and I will great weapon master.
Okay.
I think Castle will hold their reaction,
Okay.
so that way they can use their shield
Got it.
in the future.
13 to
Nope.
hit the will-o-wisp.
Straight around it.
That's all I got.
As your giant ogre slayer swings, this will-o-wisp just quickly right around the blade and floats down the stairs and out of sight. Let's see here. That brings us to what's over here. So that one's there. Next one is going to go after Arowina. It's going to just float straight up to you, and it's just going to pretty much vibrate the energy of itself, giving you a shock. Does a 12 hit?
Nope, 14. Her pot lid shield comes around.
Nice.
I guess it's actually a serving tray. Serving tray shield.
Her serving tray shield comes around and blocks the energy as it's pulsing towards you, and then it is going to float backwards away. You're welcome to attack if you want. It is at disadvantage.
I mean, you miss 100% of the shots you don't take. Attack, disadvantage. 19! It would have been a natural
19
20
meets.
otherwise.
19 meets.
Oh, okay. So then, damage. It's not gonna be great, but we'll try. 2! As Arowina hits it with her spoon. Not using shillelagh for once, but just pure brute force.
Pure brute force, smacking this wisp as it floats near it, and it almost kicks like a stutter to it as it's floating away. All right, and that brings us to Jinjak. Oops, why is it so far down there? Let me get you back to. All right.
All right. I'll fire up a blessing.
Okay. And who are we blessing?
And it'll be
If you fire that off in Foundry, you'll be able to actually.
I can choose. Okay.
Yep.
All right. It's gonna be 3 people and the usual suspects: Benji, Castle, and Idlewind, and Arwena.
Okay.
And will this work if I select them? Because it's no selected or assigned actor could be found to target with move.
Can you? I don't see it in the channel yet. If you put it in the channel, I should be able to click the button on the players.
Okay, give me a sec.
Yep.
I was casting it from my spell bar. But spell bar.
Yeah, the spell bar seems to be acting up for some reason.
How's that? Cast spell. Bless.
There we go. Plus effects. So you said who?
Benji, Arwena, and Snart's not hurt, right?
Correct.
No. We all rested.
Okay. Benji, Arwena, and Castle.
Benji, Carolina, and Castle. All right. Awesome.
And then I'm gonna
Snark, did you cast your hex?
Yeah, not Hexblade's Curse, but Hex, yeah.
I was just trying to see if it popped up so I could.
Oh, did I hit it? No, I didn't hit the button. Yeah.
Yeah, hit the button and see it, because if I can connect it to it'll automatically do it, and then we can
Okay, cool.
skip having to figure out all the technical sides of it.
I'm gonna move over there so my back's to the wall.
Okay.
I don't want to get surrounded by wisps.
Okay, this is cast.
And then I'll bring up my shield and crossbow. And that's my action.
Yeah, it doesn't look like it's built for it. All right, that stinks. Okay. Let me just hex it so I can remember. All right. The other two. This one is actually going to dive into the ground. And as it does, you start to feel that shake in the ground itself. as those hands you saw start to break out of the ground. So they're on the next turn. Three skeletons will start to climb their way out of the ground of the bodies of the creatures that Chiselmaw has consumed over time. This one is going to float over to Benji and do the same thing and shock. So
You have advantage.
I have advantage. All right.
Yes.
Natural 20.
Okay.
It's definitely an advantage. And that will be 16 points of. Make sure I know what type of damage that is, because that's going to be. You're not raging yet, are you? Correct? Oh, did we
Say it
lose
again.
So you're not raging, correct?
No, I'm not raging.
Okay, so yeah, 16 points. As you feel the energy pulse through your body. What you do notice, though, because this creature gets close to you, is not only do you see the ball of energy, but for some reason you're seeing the face of whatever this spirit is holding. You see a much larger looking humanoid face, long hair that's braided on both sides, gaping eyes that have no gaping sockets of the eyes, and just this almost half mouth. The other half is missing completely. And Castle, you are up.
Right, Castle is going to close in on our new grandma friend and is going to thwack.
Thwack, thwack.
Hey, James, how do I eliminate this grid that I created?
Oh, I can take care of that. Don't you worry.
That is a nat 20 for Castle.
Yeah.
Castle coming through.
Castle's coming through, and you know what? Castle's
Right.
gonna put some stank on it.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Castle's
Okay.
dropping in a divine smite because you know
Let's go.
Castle is that's just how she do.
That's just
That's how we do. Let me go over to her spell. Sorry, I'm not used to how the sheet is laid out.
You're good.
So give me just
Give
one moment.
Give you a moment.
Okay. Damage. We're gonna add on 4d8 for smite.
Ooh.
Smite a clock on a crit. Yeah.
yes.
All right. So, yeah.
Oh wait, there's a way to
Roll your-
crit on it. Never mind. 2d8. And then we roll with a crit. This makes sense. Stay in school, kids. Learn how to read. That's a 45 damage from Castle coming in hot.
Oh my gosh, she's never been so hot.
I know, right? Erwina's
This is-
like, this is the part of the book, the future story that Erwina's writing. It's like, and then she smited, like fucking greatly.
All right. So you see. So I want you to describe this because this is a huge hit, right? So what does this look like? Feel free to embellish as much as you want.
So this is going to be Erwina's retelling of the moment.
Okay.
Later at a tavern, should we survive this encounter, Erwina cut to the future somewhere in a tavern in this weird times cut that we're having is like, and then she took her great sword, that vicious sword, and she sliced, and then it exploded in a bunch of feathers like her mantle, and they just sliced and diced with divine justice. It was amazing to behold. And then we cut back to the present.
All
That
right.
way Castle can describe it, how it actually happened later.
Right. So as you watch this blade enter into the figure of Chilma, as it explodes this radiant energy against her, she gives this scream out in agony in pain, and she says, "No, no, no more, no more."
What a world! What a world!
Yeah, I don't think Castle's gonna play though, so she just keeps
Castle's
menacing.
not playing. I give up. I give up. Enough. Arowina, you're up.
I think. She really wants to insight that I give up.
If you want to take your turn to insight, I give up. You're welcome to.
No, I think what Erwina is going to do is she's going to, for one, use her bonus action to go into her starry form of the archer, just in case.
Right.
It's not necessarily a hostile move.
Right.
Out the gate, and then I think so. Let me expend that. Starry form, usability. She is going to, though, kind of asserting herself a little bit, as you know, druids and hags. There's only a little bit of differentiating between the two kind of customs.
Correct.
You can see a little bit of overlap. Erwin is going to assert her dominance by freezing part of the cauldron with shape water.
Okay. Roll me a intimidation to add to that.
Okay.
As the water starts to freeze over within the cauldron. Now, for those looking inside the cauldron, as the camera kind of pans up over it for all of our audience, you start to see the frosting of the cauldron top, and then what you're noticing, though, is that there are parts of something inside it that are freezing as well. So you can see the bone sticking out partially. You can see what looks like maybe a half of an ear kind of starting to frost over. It could be a small portion of the rib cage that's kind of hanging off to the edge. Along with multiple organs that are just frosting over. But the water itself has completely frozen.
Mm-hmm. And she didn't do too great. Erwina's not used to being the badass who's making the big moves. But she is going to say, how about we all cool down just a little bit then?
All right. My apologies completely. No issues whatsoever.
And that's
can I do?
Erwina's turn.
What do you need? Benji, you're up.
Are we still in combat?
I mean, yes and no. I mean, she's pleading for her life, but you need to decide on Benji's. It's Benji's
Well, there's
turn.
a number of things that need to be determined. Oh, I'm sorry. I'll wait till my turn.
You're good.
Benji was planning to beat her ass. Like, straight up. She ruined my tea and tried to poison me. So Benji was planning on beating her ass. But if Arwina says, let's calm down, she's going to grab the lady. She's going to grapple the lady. I'm going to rage because I'm mad as hell. And I'm going to grapple this lady. And I'm going to take her head and I want to hold it over the cauldron.
Okay. So as you grapple,
Yeah, I will do that in athletics. Advantage 22.
And then you have disadvantage.
and I have disadvantage. You're right, I do have disadvantage. All right. Well, so as you grab a hold of this very gaunt-looking old lady, and you grab her head and you set it just about a couple inches away from the cauldron. The cauldron is no longer bubbling and boiling, but rather just frozen over. But she looks, you can see the imagery as it's almost like this mirror looking back at her. The wisp floats next to her head, just kind of just bobbing along. The one that was carrying the Grandma Square. And she can see just this visage of herself in the cauldron.
I just say to her, You better think long and hard about what you're gonna say next, because if I don't like it, I'm gonna smash your head into this cauldron.
All right. What have you come here for?
I have to ask, are those skeletons moving?
They are not at the moment. No.
Okay. I just say, well, when is it my turn yet?
It would be your turn next, I believe. Yes.
Okay. Call them off.
All right. All right. And she just kind of, like, her head's down in the water, like almost near the water, and she just grabs one finger and just kind of spins it around. And you start to see the wisps rise from the ground again. This one, as these skeletons just kind of go gaunt for a moment. What are you going to do with me?
Just for the record, Arwina, this woman eats people. You know?
Arena has figured that out. By
I just want to remind you, she eats
Yeah.
people, right?
Yes.
And she
Okay.
violated the long laws of hospitality too.
Yeah. I did give her that lovely granny square tea cozy that she could use for so many different things, and then she tried to poison us so rudely. But Erwina will let other people decide the fate. But we are really just here for information on 4 missing people from the local town. That's all we came here for, was their information and what remains of them.
Well, I'm not sure exactly which 4 you're looking for, but we did have some wanderers come in here a few days ago.
Hmm.
I believe the wolf that protects this place normally, I think, finished him off.
So they're dead?
If they've wandered in here, most cases they die. Either by the wolf or the spirits. And then they're brought here, where I brew the stew and feed the creatures of this place.
I'm gonna check the sausage.
All right,
Yep, the people sausage.
the people. Yeah,
I'll check the table and see what I can find there.
give me a medicine check.
While he's doing that, I would like to squeeze the back of her head. What did you do to me, and how can I fix it?
Oh,
You
come on.
have something
Oh.
inside you. I figured it would be a way to unlock it.
Oh,
You know what this place is, don't you? Why you can wield a weapon larger than your own?
What? I just look. I don't know what you're talking about.
You saw it. I could tell. The face.
You. Okay. You have to elaborate a little bit more. At what are you talking about?
There's a story. This place is originally a burial ground, or a ritual burial ground for frost giants. I only found this place a few years ago, after discovering what this was. I started looking through omniscious devices for those that were connected still. We weren't I'm not trying to lure you here but rather to show you who you are.
Are you saying that she's part frost giant?
She has the blood. Why do you think she can wield a weapon so large?
She's hella strong and angry as hell. And when she get I digress.
Yeah, you know, I also digress. Maybe next time you don't shove human tea down people's throats.
Would you believe me if I told you it beforehand?
No, but I wouldn't have your head. I wouldn't be ready to smash your head into a cauldron.
I say, you know what? I don't think she's all bad. She's just doing what she does. I'll tell you what, lady. You tell us everything we need to know, and I'll heal you. And I pull my hand out, and I cast minor illusion and make it feel all nice and white and soft and friendly like.
Normally I would say, okay, sounds great. Hags have an understanding of magic, and I will say, give me a deception check.
That I can do.
I don't think we. Oh no, we did injure her indirectly.
No, Castle.
No, Castle
beat the
directly
shit out of
injured her very much.
Very pointedly.
Yes.
Oh, I thought she hit a wisp. I didn't realize she hit the hag. Okay.
No, she
No,
whacked
she-
the hag.
She smacked the hag for 45 points.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I promise I won't kill you.
Little goblin, I know what you're trying, and in all honesty, it's enough.
Okay. Never mind. Ah! Where's my sword then?
Can I look at the Ogre Slayer? How much bigger is it, really?
So the Ogre Slayer is about the same size. Just the blade alone is the same size as your original spear.
Okay.
So then you also have the hilt and the pommel for it. So you're talking a good, like, what you're doing for the most part is you're wielding a great sword with one hand, pretty much.
Okay.
So I'll go ahead and just attack her then. I assume we're semi out of combat.
Yeah, you're out of combat at the moment.
Okay. So I'll just attack. So I guess I just won't get advantage.
Okay.
Right. And I'll chop her with my weapon.
She is pinned to the cauldron.
Oh, she
Would you
is.
call that
so
restraint?
it would be advantage.
Advantage.
yeah.
Okay. So I'll roll twice then. Or just sorry, advantage. Here we go.
The 20 will hit.
Okay. And damage. And then she takes a d6 from my hex. 8.
Okay.
And I'm going to do Fury of the Small, so she'll take 10.
All right. So as you do this, you watch as you're speaking to, and she looks over at you, and you can see her eyes start to soften as she looks at you, Benji. And you can see tears pouring down her face as Snark jams the blade into the side of her, and her eyes go dull, and her face goes limp, and her face plummets into the cauldron.
Sorry, not sorry.
In this moment, I think Benji is lost for words, and she's in that state where she's angry but confused as well, so she doesn't know what to do.
Mm-hmm.
And she just kind of looks at Snark for a second, and I think this is the first time anyone has ever seen her turn her angriness towards them.
Mm-hmm.
Ah, are you turning your angriness towards me?
Snark, why did you do that?
Because she lied and she's a hypocrite.
I think she had me at eating people. Well done, Snart.
See, but the Mombarian's mad at me.
Skeletons and the Will-O-Wisp, what are they doing?
Yeah, what are
They're
Erwina
just
just pivots to
bobbing
watch
along.
the skeletons. Like,
They're just
okay.
floating along.
And the skellies are just standing there?
They're not even. They didn't even come out of the ground.
Oh, they didn't.
They're just vibing halfway out.
Yeah. So they came out to a point, and then when she spun her finger, the Will-O-Wisp pulled this soul out of the skeletons and came back up and floated.
It's like when you pause Thriller.
It's right.
I can't make heads nor tails of any of the stuff on this table if someone else wants to have a look. But not that it matters much, but I'm pretty sure it's human meat. But we should search this place, and those Will-O-Wisps are making me awfully nervous. Is there anything I know about... Actually, I'm calling them that, but those lights. Is there anything I know about those lights?
Roll me a religion or a arcana.
Arcana? Hell no, I'm a religious fella. Shantae, make me do better than the table, please. Goddess, look out for me. 14?
14. You have heard there are different ways that the undead rest in the world. These seem to just be spirits that have not moved on.
Oh, you had me at undead, actually. I can turn them, but I can't destroy them. Or I don't think I'm strong enough to destroy them, but I moved towards one. Does it do anything?
It just bobs. It's just kind of floating near you.
I'm wondering if they're benign after their hag is dead.
Probably.
I'm gonna skip.
It seemed to be protecting her.
Go ahead, Benji.
I was gonna say, can I investigate, check this hag's body for anything?
Yeah, roller for goods.
Look,
Roller for goods.
I look to Arwina. May I have the guidance of the stars?
Oh yeah.
Thank you.
And then like the Pan's Labyrinth, but elvish music starts playing in your head. It's a little unsettling, but beautiful.
Oh, I'm rolling horribly.
Oh no.
9. I
Um,
think I'm so mad at Snark and like right now I can't focus.
I think
you know, you really should have a rogue do that if you're gonna search the corpse. Snart, could you? Oh wait.
I think Erwina wants to try and understand if the wisps are gonna still attack.
Okay. Yeah. So as you start to go through the pockets and the body of Maud, you start to notice that she doesn't have much. Now, what you are pulling out though are strange things. We're talking bones of creatures. We're talking feathers, feet, eyeballs. All strange sorts of things are just shoved into these pockets within her cloak itself. As if she had an entire cabinet pretty much just consumed onto her. I do need, though, as you start to feel through, I need you to give me a dexterity saving throw, please.
Okay. 22.
So you feel something kind of grab a hold of your hand as you stick your hand into one of the pockets, and then you yank your hand back out real fast.
What the hell? I think Benji's at a loss for words right now. I think
What?
she's just over the day already. She's just like,
What the-
I'm done.
And
What
you
the
start
fuck?
to see this just hand creep out of the cloth and just
Okay.
start to walk away.
I'll
Oh,
stab
you're not going anywhere.
I love it so much.
Is it the hand from the Addams family?
Yeah.
It is not, but
Thing.
You can see it's very similar in look, but it has definitely been sitting there for a very long time. So some of the skin is peeling off. The bone is still sticking out the edge, the top of it, but the blood has completely coalesced and has hardened, and it just kind of walks along. Okay.
Can we grab
Which-
it?
Which way is it walking?
It's walking out towards the north.
Erwina wants to follow it. Where's it going?
You,
Just gonna follow it,
Yeah, Erwina's
or
gonna
is
follow.
or is Jinjack going to run up and just squash it?
Erwina
I'm
wants
just.
to follow.
I'm not gonna squash it. I'm gonna pin it.
You're gonna pin it. All
Yeah, I
right.
was gonna squash it, but Arwina. Actually, that's not a bad idea.
Yeah, it's going somewhere.
So I will say the hand is here, and it is walking up this direction.
Okay,
So can I
Erwina-
just take my mace and just pin it?
Yeah, it just flattens and doesn't
Okay.
move.
Aw.
And I wouldn't say it's playing dead, but it's what it looks like. It's just kind of
Oh, before I forget,
sure.
I will speak. I'll do one other thing. Yeah, I'll say, "Come over here, Benji."
I begrudgingly walk over.
No, it's a good thing. I'm gonna heal you.
Full German Shepherd mode castle will follow.
I'll use a cure wounds, and
Okay.
I'll touch Benji on her shoulder
Okay.
and say, "The blessings of Shantea be upon thee. Please restore this poor lost soul."
Oh, I'm
Lost?
gonna stick my sword into the hag a couple times. Kind of like watching the hand, just kind of go. Make sure she's dead.
Okay. Yeah, she's not moving.
Okay, cool.
And it seems like that was the only thing hiding within.
I heal her for 12.
That's literally got me back to full. Thank you.
Okay.
Oh no. I did it wrong.
And the blessing's probably worn off by now.
Well, that sucked.
So you want to follow this hand?
Sure.
I mean, it was at least a lead. It might be a lead to our doom, but it's at least a lead.
It's
Well-
definitely a trap. We should follow it.
Snark, how about you go first?
Wait,
No,
what?
no, that's not Snark's thing, remember?
I push him out into the front.
Ah! Again?
No. Arwena's the stealthy one, right?
Benji has stealth, I think.
I do have stealth.
I mean, I
Benji,
can certainly try.
You're all healthy and you're stealthy. Why don't you? Well, it doesn't matter. Whatever. I'm letting go. of the
Erwina
mace.
will just
We're
start
gonna
taking the
follow
lead.
hand.
Erwina's done.
And this thing is just going to keep walking up towards
She's just following it.
into this watery area right here.
I'm staying close to
Ooh,
it.
this
If it
is-
starts to get in a position where we lose it, I'm going to pin it again.
Okay. It can't go very fast. It's like maybe moving one step at a time. Just it doesn't move very fast.
Yes.
But as it starts to get onto the ice, you can see it actually slipping and sliding as it's trying to move forward more and more. As it gets to about the center here, though, you can see now that the outside, there's some reason let me scoot forward so my face doesn't disappear. You see now lights coming from above as the Arborealis is kind of reflecting off of the icicles above and ricocheting it down and reflecting that down to the ice below. Inside, you can see the fullness of 4 full frost giants encased in ice, completely covered in. They're only all you can see is bone. Upon further look at it, it seems that they're all in very peaceful and comfortable positions.
burial pose.
Hmm.
They didn't die violently.
Or they weren't buried violently.
They James, I'm gonna cast minor illusion
Hmm.
when I get within 30 feet of the hand,
Okay.
and it'll be brief, but it'll be a huge bushel of time, THYME, and then I say, hey, look, he's got a lot of time on his hand.
The hand does not even acknowledge this, just keeps walking as it walks through the imagery or the illusion. But the rest of you can get the joke.
I chuckle softly and say, "You know, the pun is the lowest form of humor."
I'm the lowest form of everything.
There's nothing not wrong there either. But... So as you get to this point, you Benji start to feel lightheaded.
I'm sorry. Can you repeat that?
You start to feel lightheaded. You start to feel dizzy as you're
Okay.
kind of stepping towards the light.
I'm going towards the light.
Not that way.
Ah, man. Oh, Jinjak. Oh, I'm starting to feel a little bit dizzy.
Now, when you're looking around, you are seeing multiple things. So first off, when you look into the water, you don't see the bone. You see the fullness of 4 frost giants sitting in water. You can see the armor, how it's ornately crafted. You can see the braids that come around the waist and across the shoulders. You can see the robes that these massive humanoids are wearing. The type of each one, their hair has been gathered with beads and metal like bars connected to it. Both male and female are resting within this water. And as the rest of you are watching her just kind of do this daze for a moment, one of them like just slowly just starts to go and look straight at you, and then you fall to the ground.
Okay.
Benji, you already took a nap.
Castle will try and catch.
Okay.
This is again Erwina's dramatic retelling later.
Give me a acrobatics
Okay, Castle, don't let Erwina down. Don't let her story down.
or sleight of hand, whichever one you would try.
Athletics was on the option. Was an option. Or was it
Acrobatics or sleight of hand,
Okay, we're gonna go with acrobatics.
because this is definitely going to be more dexterous than it is.
Oh, 20. Dirty.
Yeah.
Dirty 20.
As you see the footing start to lift from Benji's feet, as she starts to go into almost this spiral drop, Castle swoops in and catches her and lays her slowly down onto the ice. And the rest of you are now standing over her as she slowly her eyes start to flicker and she starts to come to.
Is the hand still moving?
The hand is just kind of placed, just stopped.
Yeah.
Oh, so this is what probably the hag wanted her to see. Good. Good. Great. Great. Well, we
sure?
needed
You
the
think?
information.
That
We need
seems
that-
wise.
Yeah. We
Okay.
needed the information anyway, at least.
All right. Then we don't need this anymore. And
Yeah.
I'll sort of lean back and drive my mace down on the spiky side into the hand.
So as you watch Jinjak, and I'm not even going to have you roll for it because there's just no reason, as you come down and just straight onto this hand, it goes completely limp, and you just see it just flattened there on the ground. Barbs from the spiky side stuck into it. as this thing is completely just annihilated in one shot.
And then I say a small prayer over it.
So is that hand a left or a right hand?
That was a right hand.
I look down and I say, it's all right.
You know, actually, never mind.
Let me ask you a question though. How hard did you hit this thing?
I don't want to crack the ice.
Okay, got it. Good to know.
That's the answer to the question.
Okay. No worries.
So
The rest of us see that frost giant corpse turn its head, or was it just Benji?
It was just Benji.
All right.
Benji, you okay?
Am I awake now?
Yes, you're awake.
Oh.
You can see Castle standing over top of you, worried. The rest of them stacked around you, other than Jinjack, who is off on his own, squashing hands.
I lean up into Castle and I'm just like, my hero.
I get
Or
right in between.
Arwena's story.
Yeah, adding it to her tale for the tavern later of
I get
what
right in
Castle
between. I will get right in between the two ladies, and I say, "Is this the part where the giant skeletons burst through the ice and we have to fight?"
I don't think
No.
so.
No, I think that would be the part where if the giant skeleton breaks through the ice, we have to run.
We die.
Yeah, I'm not fighting a giant skeleton.
But we do need to still find some dead bodies, maybe. Hopefully
Well,
they're
we
here.
still are- I'm hoping we can find live bodies. The hag didn't eat those people. I don't believe her when she said the wolf killed them.
So you can continue to wander, or
Yeah, Erwina will start kind of heading down the ice river this way.
okay.
Erwina, could you have a look see up northeast there?
Oh, up northeast? Yeah.
So as you go that direction, you can see that this just seems to be an opening where. Actually, give me a history or give me a perception
Okay.
or an investigation, depending on how deep you
We're
want to look
going
into
to
this.
go perception.
Okay.
Erwina is not here to be a detective.
Got
Erwina
it.
is here to vibe.
Here to vibe.
That's a 22.
So with a 22, you can see now where the indents were. This is sort of the beginning to that ritual. So they would come here, and they would be adorned with what they would consider their garb, and they would be prayed upon, and a blessing would be put upon them, and then they would be walked into the water and placed in the position that you see each of those in. So you can tell that by just these depictions on the walls and the way that the ground itself is kind of set itself. All these things are presented to you through that perception.
As the runes are illuminated by her own Aurora Borealis as she looks around. All right, so this is a place that's supposed to be peaceful. I'm a little concerned about the unquieted undead. Is that the word that was thrown around earlier? I don't remember.
So nothing down there.
No, nothing up here.
What's on the northwest there?
So that is, you can tell it's a waterfall. It is a not the same size that you dealt with below, but this seems to be where the water originally comes from to pour into this basin.
Oh, I see. So this is where. Okay. How high is it? I mean, can we see over the top?
It's 15 feet, so I mean, probably not over the top, but you could see the edges of it, and it's just covered in those high stalactites across the top.
Benji, I'll give you a boost up if you can go have a look see.
Yeah.
I'll put a light spell on Benji.
Okay.
Where exactly did I see the head of the skeleton turn and look at me?
That one right there.
Okay, are they still moving?
No. Since you came out of your vision, they're not. You don't see the same thing anymore. You're seeing the dead you're seeing the bones of the skeleton, and and there's no like clothing on them anymore. They're not moving. They are dormant.
Okay.
Hey, hey Benji,
Yeah,
how come you keep looking at that skeleton?
I saw it move before I passed out. It like looked at me.
Well, remember what that hag said? You know, I think I'm having one of those epiphanies.
I think,
An
yeah,
epiphany.
yep, yes.
That's
That's
definitely the word. That's how I
you
spell
say
it.
that.
That's how I spell it.
Yeah,
I
where,
can't really spell that great, so that's how I spell it too.
you know that lying hag that you can't trust. Well, she said something about being strong and using that sword, and then the hand brought you to the giant, and then you saw the giant, and maybe you're like a part giant.
Well, I think she did mention that before you stabbed her to death.
Oh, I was too busy stabbing. I'm sorry.
Oh yeah, okay. Well, maybe we should just listen before we. Well, actually, no, don't listen to me. I was stabbed first too. So,
Oh. So that's why I
well,
had an epiphany, is because that's actually what she said. So it wasn't really
Yeah.
anything. Okay, never mind.
I just look at Snark. How is this waterfall going up or down?
Up.
Up. Okay, and you said it's 15 feet.
Yep.
Okay, I will get that boost from Jinjak and start climbing.
Okay.
14.
All right. With a 14, you notice it's very easy to climb. It seems to be as if the footing is placed where you need it to be as you get to the top. You can see the opening is about 15 feet in fullness before it goes into what looks like the wall itself is where the ice is starting to pour out of. But it's all frozen. And you just see about three feet deep of ice just covering this edge, the top portion of this.
Okay. Can I? I'm gonna signal to the others to come up, but can I use my my sword, kind of stab it into the ice and use it as like kind of like a handle so that I can help them up?
Sure. Give me an attack roll against the ice.
Alright.
Just to see how hard you hit it.
16.
Okay. And then you're going to use that to tie off a rope, I'm guessing?
Yeah. Do I still
Or are
have
you
rope?
just going to
I
do
think
it?
I
Or are
lost
you
my
just going
rope.
to stay there? Or are you just doing something yourself?
I think I'm just. Yeah, I think I'm gonna hold on to it and just grab whoever comes up first.
Okay. Is anybody else going up? Is I guess the next question.
I'll go up.
Okay. Give me an athletics, and I'll say you get advantage due to Benji kind of leaning over, holding the blade, and just leaning over, trying to grab a hold of your hand.
Okay. I'm gonna add a little something from my goddess as well.
You only need a 13, so.
Don't you see? This is why you shouldn't tell me things like that. You know. Oh wait, I have advantage, right?
Yes, you have advantage.
Okay, let me do that again. I forgot to roll at advantage.
You're good. Oof.
Oh come on. Yeah.
So trying to just get a grab on to Benji. I'll say you wouldn't fall, but you would definitely have a hard time getting up there.
Why are we climbing?
Uh,
Erwina asks from the bottom.
Just go up there and Benji. Is there an exit up
There's-
there?
Yeah, there's stuff up here. You know, I'm not the most perceptive, so one of you has to come up here and check it.
Somebody has to come up and check.
Erwina will try.
Okay. I mean, if we're just gonna sit here and wait until somebody goes up, I'm just gonna let one.
Ah,
of you go up.
yes, the glorious two.
All right. So as it seems, What's happening at this point is you're starting to feel by grabbing a hold and then losing footing or them not being able to pull on you, you can feel the blades starting to pull out of the ice.
Okay, I'm sorry, I let go of Arena.
Yeah.
And I just turn around and can I make a perception check?
Yeah.
Okay. It's 13.
With a 13, you can see within the ice there does seem to be jewelry or some sort of ornate item within the ice, but it's going to take you to get, like, you're going to have to find a way to get into the ice.
How deep is it?
So it's 3 feet altogether to the bottom of the ice.
If you let Arena know she
yeah,
can
yeah,
jump it.
yeah, I will say.
And she climbed the waterfall is really
I'm
the
just gonna
question.
throw. I think I have a rope. Do I have a rope? No, I don't. Who has a rope?
They do.
And I'll just climb back down. Actually, no, you know what? No, I'm gonna climb back down, grab Rowena, put her on my back, and climb back up.
So do we want to take the treasure of the giants that are supposed to be peacefully sleeping under the ice?
Sure, it's fine.
Okay.
You know, I'm sure it's fine.
I have it on good authority that tomb raiding is perfectly acceptable.
Yeah, that'll
I
be the
agree
part.
with him.
That'll be the part I was talking about earlier.
I squat down so Erwina can climb on my back
Okay,
if she
cool.
wants to. You gotta hold on tight.
Okay, Erwina will totally spider monkey onto
All right, so we're
Benji's
gonna
back.
say, just for story's sake, you spider monkey up into this with Benji. What are you trying to do? Are you going to?
She's going to shape water to melt the ice.
To melt the ice. Okay.
Yeah.
As you do, you can see looks like a bracelet, a gold bracelet. It's got beads around it. It's got 6 different beads. 3 have actual markings on them, and the other 3 are these like black opal color in between the 3 markings.
Okay.
Is it giant sized or human sized?
It is giant sized.
Ooh, big tennis bracelet.
Yeah. So for a giant, it would be a bracelet. For a human, it's a belt.
Ooh.
Oh, that's cool. Can I see it?
Yeah. I mean,
I
you
put it
found
on.
it. I just melted it.
You're the best. And I give her a hug and I put the belt on.
Okay.
You're having a rough day.
I hope this isn't cursed.
So you can feel this. It rests on the hips well, but it doesn't connect. So it's not like it's gonna fit to you. It's gonna need some sizing, but you can feel the weight of each one of those beads, as well as the opal. This is weighing you down. Like, legitimately, it is heavy, but you are able to, adorn it the way you want.
I just looked to Arwina. I just kind of pose for a second. How does it look?
It's a look. It's a look.
It's
I like it.
it's
I
a
like it on
choice.
you. It's a
Thanks.
choice. It's a brave choice.
Okay. Does it go with my sash though?
You know what you could do is when we get back to town, you could make like a little brooch and like hold your sash closed with it, like all the gems, or make a hat, a little gem for your hat.
It's quite heavy though.
It is. That's why I'm like, break it up. You could break it up into lots of different little smaller pieces if you wanted to.
Okay.
But bigger is better sometimes.
That's true.
We just gotta get you a belt buckle next.
Okay. And I'm just like, do we see anything? Oh, I mean, I didn't really look. I just saw this, but if you wanted to check before you go back down,
Erwina will look around.
You're welcome to. Give me another investigation.
I'm like,
investigation.
Yes.
Oh, that's gonna be fun.
I am.
Yes,
like,
clues.
I am like.
Nothing else
while
is
she's
found.
doing that,
Nothing else is found up here. looking through the ice, it seems that the whatever was going over the cave at the time, most of the lighting that's been kind of flickering through, is now going out. So probably you have clouds or something above the caverns at the moment.
Okay.
When Arwina turns back to Benji, she's like strutting like across the ice. They're having a whole like walkway, runway moment. Like,
You
yeah,
love it.
work it. And when she sees that Arwina is done, she's just like, "We don't speak about this,
Oh,
okay?
it's okay. It's okay. It's just us up
Okay.
here,
It's
15
just
feet
us."
on a waterfall inside of a cavern, having a totally normal moment. It's fine.
Yeah. And then I grab Arwina and I just jump down.
Yeah.
As you jump down, you hit the ice and you actually push into the ice a little bit.
Oh, oh, oh.
Oops. And I just we just want to leave this area. We
Yeah,
just want to
yeah,
leave as
yeah.
quick as
Let's
possible.
go look for some living people, unliving people.
Yes.
But we still need to find those.
Yeah,
Did you
that's
find
what
any
I-
sign of the kidnapped people?
Not up there.
All right. Well, then
Just
let's.
some bold fashion choices.
So you all now see this massive gold belt wrapped around Benji. These 5 runes, 3 runes and 2 gems, kind of hanging off the front of it.
I take it, Benji, you want to keep that?
Yeah. I look to Snark and I say, I just look at it. I give him a pointed look and I'm just like, if you try it, I will kick you. And I was just like,
Castle and Erwina like post up behind Benji.
I raise my hand slowly and move my fingers and I use minor illusion and I put a clock at the base of her belt and I said, "That's a waste of time."
Okay.
I'm just saying it's gold. But whatever.
Do you know what these symbols mean?
Oh.
Yeah.
Look.
There's writing on it.
Do I?
Do you know Giant?
Nope. Well, I don't know. You need someone who speaks giant to figure that out, I reckon.
Oh, okay. Well, I guess if we can't figure out what it means, we can always sell it. I do like money, so
Ah!
And then we could get a statement piece that doesn't crack the ice.
I would have did that anyway.
Yeah.
Let's be honest. I'm very strong. And I just make a little flex. I just flex a little bit for our arena. I'm just like, yeah. But which way have we gone?
We haven't gone this way yet.
No, we haven't gone west.
So you're gonna head west down
Okay.
down the edges or down the ice.
Yeah.
As you get, it takes about 10 minutes to walk this. It's about 80 to 100 feet before you start noticing it's going underneath a natural bridge above you.
Ooh. I'm just gonna move Erwina closer. And Castle. Come on, Castle. Come on.
So you guys are here. So you guys would see the natural bridge above you, and you can see that there are 2 different sides to it.
How high up is the natural bridge?
30 feet.
30 feet.
Well, I can't climb up that, can I?
I mean, you could.
I just
Do you have any sort of climbing gear?
I think we did, but did we? I think we brought climbers kits before we. No, we didn't. Did we?
So you bought the.
Oh. Sorry.
You bought the parts to your shoes to be able to walk on the ice, but I don't think you guys bought climbers kits.
Nah, we got to go out. Remember, there's 3 layers, and we went in the bottom, so we just completed the bottom. Or, I mean, we could climb up here, or we could go outside and enter from the outside.
If
Up to you guys.
somebody wants to watch, I can scout ahead in a clever way.
Define clever.
It means I won't be able to access the stars, but I'll be able to create I think the wizards call it a familiar.
Ah, you want to send a little wee companion ahead to scout.
Yes, and I can see through its eyes.
Well, why do that when we can just send Snark?
I mean, we could.
Mark's not a rogue. Remember.
And we
Oh no,
can't see through
well,
his
she said a weak
eyes.
companion, so
He's
That's
on.
true.
And we can't see through his eyes, so that is a downside.
that's true. That's
Oh, I still think that we should go outside anyway.
Okay.
All right, so you're heading
Yeah.
outside.
And then go home.
Nope.
Benji's giant belt as our loot.
yeah. We'll keep watch over you, me, Castle,
All right,
and
so you take the long route back around to the edge. You go to move. Now, you've got 3 different spots. Which one are you guys going into?
The one adjacent to the bridge.
To
Or
the
one-
bridge. All
is the
right.
bridge
And I'll
further-
say, because of your intelligence, you can definitely figure that out. The center one, it's about 40 feet, but the climb seems to be consistently climbed. So this seems to be one that has been used heavily. And you guys will be able to get up to the edges of the cavern.
Okay.
At this point, you're only getting the little bits of light coming from the aurora colors from the outside. You can see down. Anybody who has dark vision, of course, can see down about 40 feet, and then you can see that it's turning. There seems to be a direction to the left, to the west, as well as the direction forward.
I look at Irina and said, "You want to do your thing?"
I mean, we're already here. The nice thing about using the familiars is I don't have to climb. But
Oh, I see.
so I could have just flown up to the bridge, but this works too. I mean, I think I'd rather walk because it uses
Alright.
the same kind of primal energies as my stars do, and if I use that again, I won't be able to when we want to go home. If we run into more harpies when we go home.
I'm still good. We're all healthy for the most part.
Hmm.
I
And
will.
I still have a couple spells left.
Same.
All right.
I'm gonna stealth ahead. As they're discussing.
Okay.
17 for stealth.
Nice.
All right. You seem to
I
feel
kind
like you're
of just
pretty
want to
stealthy.
come up to this point. I want to come up to this point and listen and see if I hear anything.
So the only thing you hear is that weird wailing sound seems to be heavier in that room. So for those, since you were here last week, there's this, as the wind pushes through this cavern, there's a wail that comes through most of it. And it's just been consistently floating through as you've been walking around.
I think that thing that attacked Snark, it's in their room. So do we want to avoid that, or are we gonna charge it?
The thing that attacks Snark.
Yeah, at the waterfall, the one that grabbed his foot.
We already killed it.
Yeah, that thing's dead. Castle.
Yeah, there's another one in the room to my left, to the room in the left, towards the left.
How do you know?
You can't hear it?
Oh. No. Can I hear it?
So you're hearing the same you're hearing the same thing you've heard since you first walked in here. So, like I said, there's this strange moaning of wind that kind of you can just hear as you're walking through, but it's not giving off any additional.
I'm thinking we just got to keep searching this place until we find the missing people or their remains.
Yeah.
So, how about it, Benji? We'll follow you.
Arwina will follow right behind Benji, having the dark vision.
Okay.
I do
took a
have
look-
So are we heading towards up, or are we heading towards the natural bridge?
I would say up, so we're not
yeah,
doubled on.
north is closer.
Okay. Yeah, just move up. Do I need to make a new stealth check?
Nope. So as you walk in, you can now see as the sounds get heavier. I need everybody to roll me wisdom saving throws, please. You start to hear just this. It just continues to get heavier. Arowina, you're good. Snark, you're good. Jinjack's good. And Benji?
Okay. Wisdom.
Oh, Castle needs theirs.
13.
You're still good. So anything under a 10. So everybody is able to push through this, and you're now seeing 3 giant rock pillars. Each one of these has carvings in them and juts in them that you can tell this is manifested through the wind itself. So as it pours through the caverns, it catches these different points on the rocks, and it's making that sound.
I wonder if it's to resemble the sound of people mourning, like a moan or a sob.
Okay. That's pretty freaky. Do we want to keep going?
I mean,
Keep going.
might as well at this
Okay.
point.
Okay.
Arwina will still let Benji lead. I just got excited and clicked
I
forward.
just got excited.
No, you can definitely go in front of me.
When we get to the wind chamber, can I do a perception check?
Sure, that's where you're at right now.
All right.
What are you trying to perceive?
Any signs that indicate that people were brought through here?
Okay. With a 22, you can tell that this area probably has not been touched in decades,
All right, no one's
specifically.
come through here in decades, but we're here. We might as well
Mhm.
check it out.
So as you walk up towards this area, you can now see that both of these are. You can now see out the lighting starting to come from outward, but also in this other room, you start to see the depictions of that ritual. You can see where the very archaic, simple carvings are made, where they're able to where the frost giants would enter this place of mourning. They would enter into what would seem to be a hot spring at one point, and then very ceremoniously drown themselves at old age. It's somber, and you can feel that emotion as you're reading through the messages or through the depictions, but nothing ill will or malicious seems to be depicted on these messages.
Did they look like they were elderly frost giants?
Mhm.
Maybe this is what they do with their old people? Send them off to drown themselves? Die an honorable death?
Wow.
If you're a particularly cruel and harsh civilization.
I want to creep slowly into the room to see if I see anything else.
Arwina
Um,
will follow.
so you see the same thing. You see these depictions.
Mhm.
However, for you, as you start to read through these, something kind of sounds strange, almost like a lullaby or a song that you were told when you were a child, Benji. It's this symbolization of mourning and rest, and all this comes back from a childhood lullaby that you were given before you had ran away, and before you were taken into Icewind Dale.
Okay, that's. I just looked at Erwina. Um. Okay, this is good. This is gonna sound crazy, especially coming from me. Um, but this kind of reminds me of a lullaby my parents used to sing to me when I was a child.
Huh. Interesting.
Now, the version that you would have been sung is a lot less dark,
Mhm.
but there is this similarity to it, this symbolization to it that very quickly connects you to um, that same moment.
Okay.
And I'm gonna put you on the spot here for a moment, if you're okay with it.
Yeah.
While you're reading these, what is that memory that you're bringing back to your mind? You tell me
Of my childhood.
of your childhood.
Oh, okay. I think in this moment, as I'm like listening to these moans echo throughout the cave, I think Benji kind of thinks back to when she was just a toddler, kind of running rampant through her house. Uh, her dad chasing her and her mom kind of yelling at the both of them to stop because it's bedtime. And she's just like, no, I don't want to go to bed. So she's just like running amok through the house. And then what catches her attention is her mom singing this song, and she kind of stops dead in her tracks, kind of captivated in a sense, and she just kind of like the Pied Piper. She kind of just walks slowly to her bed uh, as her mother sings, and she knowing the kid version of this lullaby, um, she just kind of sways along with it. And I think in that moment, Erwina sees her she begins to sway to this music.
And as you remember this in more of a it's time for bed rather than it's time to rest. You sway, reading through these very slowly as the rest of you are watching. You start to feel this rumble coming from the ground.
That's not good.
And as that happens, we're going to take our break.
Okay.
So we'll be back in just about 10 minutes, and we'll pick up from there. And we're back. Why does it look... What happened? Did we lose somebody as I said that?
I'm here.
Nope, we're all here.
Oh, hold on.
I'm gone.
Let me fix this.
Oh no, Snart's here. Don't
There
go.
we go. We're good. I moved things for our break, and all of a sudden, all of our images were weird
Oh,
looking. So we're fixed. All right. So welcome back. We are going to continue our story here. The party has found their way into what seems to be an ancient place of telling the stories of the frost giants as they come to their final resting place, and our wonderful barbarian is starting to remember things in her past that kind of resemble these motions. But this is where we're picking it up. So, what is next for our party? Or is there something that Benji would like to share with the party after getting that kind of remembering that memory?
No, nothing to share.
All right. So, where are we heading next?
The bridge.
Heading to the bridge. So, as you walk over this very very dense stone natural bridge, you can see in the distance that there seems to be some campsite that was here at one point.
I only want to move down there, and I'm not taking point. So,
So who's our lead right now?
I will lead.
Okay, Erwina will back you up. And Castle will back up Erwina.
All right.
As we head
we're just going
towards
to
the
move them
bridge.
over the bridge into this room here, where you will notice that it does seem to be a pretty recent campfire has been placed here. You can see you can see blood markings on the ground themselves, and you do see papers kind of strewn across the flooring. You see scratch marks against the walls. You can see drag marks. Maybe the hag wasn't telling you the completely wrong story.
can I take a look around the room, just perception?
Sure.
Shantae, guide my eyes.
Go for it.
15.
Like I said, you see scratch marks. You can see claws in the ground. You can see blood splattered against the ground. You see partially burned up and torn out pages that have been scattered against the ground.
any of the pages salvageable?
Yeah. You see a couple different things written on those. They all seem to be written in common, but as if it's somebody's journal is the way you're reading it. One of the pages you pull up, it says, "These caves are sacred to the frost giants. The carvings on the wall suggest that the giants came here to drown themselves. Did they use the hot spring as a sacrificial pool? Question mark." You continue to rummage through the papers, and you find another little note that's got a piece of it that's still legible, and it says, "The wind truly sounds like a wailing woman. One could easily go mad in this place." And then shuffling even more, you notice this seems to be probably the end of a story or the end of something that he was writing, that the person was writing. And it says, "I think there's somebody living in these caves. Shortly after discovering the hot spring, I heard the sound like a granny singing. When the song ended with a shrill laugh, dread sunk its teeth in me. Ye gods, that horrible cackle. I shall leave these caves in the morning and never return."
And then I say, drums in the deep. Never mind. So I don't think they
That's
got
very poetic, though. Whatever
think
that was.
it. Was, yeah. So I'm pretty sure they didn't get out, or at least not the way they wanted to.
Search the place.
We have one more terrace too.
Yeah. Do we find anything else in the room?
Give me an investigation check for everybody, please. So you guys are going to go through and actually like ransack the room.
Yeah. What did I just do?
Jinjek, with the only one above a 10, you rummage through and you find a wrinkled up piece of paper that looks like a map, and you can see on there is a marking about 100 feet 100 feet north of the cave, and there's just an X on it.
Just writing this down. I share this information with the group
Okay.
and pocket the map. Last entrance, you reckon?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, let's get out of here.
As you step towards the natural bridge, you feel that rumble once again. This time, you can hear as cracks come from the stalactites above and they start to fall towards you onto the natural bridge. I need everybody to roll me dexterity saving throws, please.
Look out!
Benji springs out of the way. Castle falls. Snark falls.
Ah!
Jinjak falls.
Erwina also probably falls with her 7.
And Arowina falls. The natural bridge itself collapses and crumbles to the ground. You now are staring face to face to a large 10.5 foot tall skeletal figure that's taken its maul against the edges of the walls and dropped these stalactites on top of you. We will begin our combat in just a second as I bring in our big bad frost giant skeleton.
Heck yeah! Let's go.
So with that, Benji, you jump across the natural bridge, placing yourself on this side over here. The rest of you have fallen over. I need each one of you to, let's see here, take...
Ouch.
Each person takes 13 points of fall damage between the fall and the stalactites themselves collapsing over top of you, and we will begin combat. Dun dun dun. So you're
Math
getting
is
out of here
hard.
enough.
Stay in school, kids.
Stay in school.
I hate when that happens.
Let me get this here, and then let me recreate the combat. All right, there we go.
Oh, this actually math is not so hard. I have 10 HP left.
And we can zoom in and show our audience this item, this thing.
What was
right
I concentrating on?
here. I don't know.
I don't think I was concentrating on anything. But thanks,
Forge for doing.
yeah, thanks, Forge.
Let's see what your effects are. You were concentrating on guidance at one point.
I used guidance, so I shouldn't be anymore.
Well, then we can break concentration.
Do we do our initiative now?
Yes.
So many dice just getting thrown all over the place.
What you don't know is that the one wisp that released itself at the beginning of the turn, that item that you thought, or that encased ice creature that you saw in the room before that you walked in to see the hag, has over the last 10-15 minutes torn itself from the ice and walked its way through here, hunting you down. And that's where it's at this point. So, as a final homage to this place of rest, it is going to try to stop you from leaving. And then Castle, I will roll for her real fast.
Oh, I rolled her initiative.
Oh, did you?
I thought I did.
I didn't see it.
Maybe
and
I
it didn't
didn't.
come up.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. I rolled a better initiative for her than I should have, but oh well. It's fine. And we'll begin with Castle then at a 21.
All right. 5, 10,
And, we will,
15.
and with that, we will turn on the combat music.
She ready? We're going to roll an attack.
All right.
Hey, oh, there it is. Sorry. Attack. Normal. Another nat 20.
What is going
I'm
on?
here. Castle. This version Arowena is telling is lit.
The story that Arowena will tell the tale is ridiculous. All right.
I just sent a message to Torrance and told her not to come back.
Just don't come back.
Okay. We're gonna throw some stank on that. We're gonna throw a stanky smite.
Yes, let's go.
Because when you crit, you smite. This is how we do.
When you crit, you smite.
Damage.
That's just how it goes.
It is just how it be. Oh, I guess it gives you a formula for damage there too. So, but I like to roll it all together. Critical hit. That's only a 33, but it's still got some stank on it.
Yes.
And it's undead. Oh wait, it does add extra d8s because it's
I
undead.
believe increases by 1d8 if the target is undead to a maximum of 6.
Okay, we're gonna throw another 2d8s on it.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Heck
45
yeah!
again.
Let's go.
For 45 points of damage, what is Arowena's depiction of what she is seeing once again?
So later in that same tavern where she's telling that story in the future, Castle's shadow begins to grow to the size of a giant as well. And in that shadow, as she swings, the bunch of crows and ravens, like shadowy, just slice with more feathers as she smites.
All right. And I'm going to do this just because it's been fun. So roll me a performance check.
Okay.
And this has nothing to do with now, but what this is going to do is at the unknown time when they're told on this tavern, with a 19. You are going to let's see here. So
It's also kind of like a ballad. It's like the ballad of the Giant's Rest is what it's becoming.
So a total of 24 gold you will make in the tavern when you tell that story.
Good day to be Arowena.
To be Arowena. That of course you will share with your party.
Yeah, of course I'll share.
All right. And that brings us to Benji.
Oh man, how do I follow that?
So, first off, you are 30 feet in the air. You were not hurt, but you are away from the giant.
So the whole middle section of the bridge, like
Is
all
gone.
of this is gone.
Yes.
All right, cool. One, I would like to rage.
Yep.
And two, can I get a running start?
Oh, you
Jump
bet.
off the bridge and
bet you
land in
can.
front of Snark.
Land in front of Snark.
Okay. Land right in front of Snark. And I'm just like, I just want to cast.
Roll me an
cast it real
athletics
quick, and I'm
check
just like,
with advantage, please.
yeah, of course. I just looked at Castle and I'm just like, 11.
It's not pretty.
Okay.
You land, you kind of plant
I'm
yourselves
just
against
starstruck.
there. You push Snark back a little bit, like almost stepping on him, and you just plant yourself there ready for the combat. I'm going to say with an 11, though, you're going to be using your combat for that one.
Okay.
Okay. Snark, you're up.
Hey, what do you call an undead giant? Wait, no, I said that wrong. How much does an undead giant weigh? He weighs a skeleton.
You're going to cast Vicious... Is that Vicious Mockery?
No, he just says it because he's stupid.
Oh, okay.
He's going to go ahead and we'll move up. He'll cast Booming Blade.
Okay.
And strike. And go. It's probably gonna miss.
11 does miss.
Okay, and I will use my disengage action. Say, never mind.
And actually, it doesn't miss. It just kind of scrapes against the bone on, like,
Yeah.
right near its shin, but doesn't seem to phase him.
That's it. He moves back.
All right. The frost giant is going to look down. And he's going to drag this heavy great axe, and he's going to do a double swing, like a cleave, across Benji and Castle. So the first attack, 24 hit for sure. Second attack, 24 again. All right. 18 points for Benji divided by 2, so 9.
Okay.
And next attack. Not attack. That's not what I meant.
Ooh.
Okay.
Ignore that.
Thank you for wasting that.
Ignore that.
I'm not sure the 21 is much damage is much better for Cassie.
Not better,
she's
but
down.
the next one is 21.
She's down.
She's down.
Girl's
So
down.
you watch as the blade goes through. It's this very beat up, jagged looking great axe, but it's just the weight alone pushes through you, Benji, as you kind of graze against it and slams straight into Castle, pushing Castle 10 feet back as well. So she slides against the ground. We'll just say she's there. She kind of slides across the ice past Jinjak and off on the ground.
Oh my gosh!
But
I yell for Jinjak to get her.
I'm on it. She'll be right back.
Okay. Yeah, and I just kind of ready myself.
okay, and then Erwina, you are up.
If Jinjack's on healing detail, Erwina is going to starry form.
Okay,
And she's going to move back 5, 10, 15. She's going to move to the back. And then she's going to shoot off a guiding bolt as her action at the
sounds good.
monster.
The monster.
Yeah, and I'll expend her wild shape in just for a moment, just for the ease.
All right.
$27 to hit.
27 hits.
Damage. 15 radiant. And the next attack on it gets advantage.
All right. All right. Jinjak, you're up.
All right. 1 sec. Hold on. Castle is unconscious, and her
Castle is
maximum hit
unconscious.
points are normally. How does it work? Do you round up or down for halfway? Because she has 19 hit points normally.
Are you doing the heal?
She has 20 normally.
Oh, she has 20?
Yeah, that's what it says on her sheet.
Oh, okay. Never mind then. First action. I'm going to channel divinity and call upon the power of Shantea to preserve life.
Okay, so she's just been unconscious, right?
Well, it gives her 10, brings her up to 10 hit points.
Oh, okay. Never mind then. She's good.
So I hit her for 10.
So preserve life, because you are a cleric of Shantea. What does that look like?
1 second.
Sure.
I'm trying to find the ability. I'm wondering if I get. No, I don't get. I mean, if I get a healing bonus with it, probably not. Sorry, just give me a
You're
second
good.
here. I'll find it.
See if I can help you out there real fast.
Oh, here it is. Channel Divinity.
Oh,
Well,
it's part of your features.
it's under favorites on my sheet, but I don't see it. Crossbow rations, cook utensils, blanket. No, that's stuff. Inspiring leader. Divine domain is under there. Nope. Oh, here we go. Channel Divinity, preserve life.
Yep, it's under your cleric features. Yep.
So I
So
can
10 health automatic.
Yeah, restore up to 10 hit points. Choose any creature within 30 feet of you. Divide those hit points amongst them. I'm not going to divide. I'm just going to give her 10.
Okay.
And usability. Bam. There you go.
All right. And for our audience, what does that look like?
All right. I call upon the power of the Earth Mother, and I say, death will be no bar to my call. You'll not die today. And I send out a wave of autumn leaves to Castle's prone form, and the autumn leaves kind of swirl around her. And then there's a soft green glow, a couple of runes, zip, zip, and she's healed for 10.
Fantastic. Love it. All right.
Does that make her
anything else?
conscious?
That would make her conscious, yes.
All right, then I will. No one else is wounded.
No.
Fine. Here you go, Castle. Just so you don't get told Chuck like that again. For my bonus action, I'll speak a word of healing.
All right.
And
It's kind of combining the words that you spoke during the preserve life as the autumn leaves come around her. She gains that extra push with the word of healing.
the word of healing will heal her for 7.
Woo! Another 7. 17
Okay.
altogether. So
Heck
almost
yeah.
be full now.
And then I'll say.
Yes, we Zoidberg to the back.
Woo! Out he goes. All right. Castle is up, so it's going to take her half of her movement to get up.
All right.
And whatever Castle wants to do at this point.
5, 10. She's gonna come back in and smack.
If you roll another
That's
nat 20,
rude.
I'm
That's
gonna lose
rude.
my mind.
I will be like, Erwin gonna roll like hot trash if I roll another nat 20. Oh no, I rolled a nat 1. We have brought balance.
We have
back
returned.
To the force. Oh, what? Oh yeah, it
Guiding
advantage.
bolt.
Added
Look at that
advantage.
20. Come on.
Come on, let's do it. Oh. We have fully restored balance to the
Fully
universe.
restored balance.
Love that. We love to see it.
Nat 1 and then nat 1. Yeah.
You know what it is, and Erwina will put it in the ballad of Giant's Rest. Will be that she was just so spent from being near having to eternally rest herself. That's now going into the ballad. It's going in. We're adding it.
Going in. I will say though, because of this, I need you to tell me high or low.
We're gonna aim for the stars. We're going high.
Okay. All right. So as she swings wildly, what happens actually is between the rib cages, she gets ready to hit it, and it catches. And as she pulls back, the blade is stuck in the skeleton itself. So
Okay.
she doesn't have a weapon at the moment. So next turn you'll have to get the weapon back.
Okay.
At least she didn't hit Benji.
Yeah.
Benji, you are up.
Okay.
I was like, that could have been a very quick turnaround on the relationship between the two of them.
Yeah, we would have had to talk.
We would have a talk.
We would have to talk. Reckless attack, great weapon
Go
master.
for it.
I'm gonna smack this thing.
Are you reckless?
It just sent my girl.
Are you doing the whole thing? With
Yeah,
the...
I'm recklessing. Yeah, I'm doing the whole thing.
Okay.
Can I just call it like a 2-piece? I'm doing the whole 2-piece, and it just sent my girl spiraling, so it has to go.
Heck yeah.
24 to hit.
It's gotta go. Delete it.
Yep. Definitely hits.
All right, let's go. Plus 12. That's 26 points of damage.
Now, sadly, because of this being a huge creature and not a large creature, the Ogre Slayer doesn't activate, but still.
Oh, I forgot about. Oh, okay. Yeah.
So. All right.
Okay. I can't
You
do
watch,
anything else.
I'm gonna do this just to see. Okay. Nothing happens, but you do break off parts of the other side as the rib starts to fall to the ground. You can see this thing starting to lean almost partially as it's losing some of its control to hold itself up. Snark, you're up.
All right. Is Benji pretty hurt or not?
No, I'm okay.
Then I'm going to, with my bonus action, cast my second and last spell, Hex, on the creature, and I'm going to run forward. I want to slide between Benji's legs, slide between his legs, and end up here.
All right, give me an acrobatics, please.
I can't do it automatically.
Not with all of that.
Uh-oh.
I'm going to give you a choice. Do you slam into Benji or do you slam into the creature?
I'll slam into the creature.
Okay, so as you slide through Benji's legs, you hit the left foot of the creature and just kind of stop there for a moment.
Hi.
You see this just massive maw look down at you.
Do I still have an action?
You have yes, you have an action.
Okay. Then I'm going to go ahead and just chop away at that femur.
All right. I will say, though, the acrobatics definitely took away your bonus action.
Yes. Okay, no problem. I'm not going anywhere. So booming blade again for extra
Okay.
D8.
22 hits.
Nice.
Man, y'all are rolling hot tonight.
Let's go.
Good. Okay. 10, and then Fury of the Small, so be 12, and then Booming Blade is 7. Remember I did a Hex.
Yep.
Yeah, D6.
There you go. So that's 22.
Noise.
Let's go.
All right. How do you want to do it?
Oh, wow.
Go.
Like, hello. And I chop at his ankle because it's probably about as high as I could have gone, and that sets him off balance, and he topples forward, in his head and his body, which has been badly battered by everybody else, kind of collapses in pieces as it hits the wall and it falls.
All right.
And
So
I
as
turn and
this
say,
falls,
as it's falling, I go, "It was all me."
so two things
I
happen.
just roll my eyes at him.
Two things happen. As this thing falls, you watch as he's chipping away at this femur. You watch as it cracks. As it does, the body falls to the almost like a knee for a moment. As he jams it in one last time, it starts to lean and collapse overward. At that moment, there's a pause, and you can see this steam starting to pour from the creature. As it does, you watch the steam slowly start to rise, and then start to move, and it's moving towards Snark. And as it does, you watch the blade just suck straight into all that steam, straight into the blade.
What happened?
You tell us. Your sword just did something weird.
What? I hope that's a good thing.
You immediately have this feeling of pure enjoyment.
Yes, that was a good thing.
So for your blade, and this is a secret that you just found, because the only way to do it is killing a giant. Every time you kill a giant and you are the final kill, you get a +1 to damage added to that blade.
Whoa. Nice. All we gotta do is kill a bunch more giants. That was easy. Right?
Did you not see castle get smacked into a wall. That was not easy.
Oh yeah. Well, anyway, that's cool though.
I want to choke him.
I want to choke him. I want to choke him.
You can.
No, I'm not gonna choke. I walk away. I'm just like, oh god.
So as you look around, you can now see that the eyes, because they were glistening this bright blue, have now dulled and completely went blank. There's just sockets hide behind them now.
Well struck, all. That was a close one,
Yeah. Can we leave this place now? Are we like? Oh, we still have to find those people.
Benji, you
Wow.
do see though on his left arm that same bracelet that's around your waist.
Pick it up and I put it on.
That's
And
nice.
I kind of
Pick
like.
it up, put it on.
Yeah,
You're gonna put it around your. No. Remember, these are frost
Oh
giants.
yeah, these are.
You're gonna double your
I'm
belt.
gonna put it on. Yeah, I'm wearing this as a necklace. This is my.
Okay.
I'm gonna reiterate that I have no issue with tomb raiding as long as we're all prepared for the consequences. And
Yeah, of course.
That wasn't what you said earlier when I pointed out maybe we don't want to possibly like disturb the
oh, no,
rest.
we
But
do wanna
okay,
rob the dead.
okay,
It's just the dead do come to collect their stuff.
yeah. Which is what I brought up.
Hopefully. Hopefully
Alright.
we'll be long gone by that time. So
Mhm.
let's
Also, he's
move
across
on.
so he can bite me.
So what do we do now?
We're gonna go look in the final.
I'm saying everybody probably should eat a good berry right now because those of us who fell off that bridge got beat up.
Yeah, that was.
Yeah.
Are you guys
So-
okay?
Everybody needs a good berry, but Benji.
I was still like a good. I just want to be a part of.
No, you feel like overly full.
Oh, that's weird. I didn't eat anything today.
And I'm all out of healing magic.
What? Because I walk up to you, I'm like waiting like this. You know I'm ready to heal. Oh man.
I've still got some magic. Just no more. Well, she currently has the stars, so she's just gonna like kind of push us along a little bit.
Yeah, I'm gonna leave this place if at all possible.
We're gonna head back to the front unless
Yeah.
something stops us. As Erwina just walks through a mountain because of how Forge does things.
Right? Yeah, Forge is just dumb.
Forge go through mountains.
It's not that. It's just I don't
Yeah.
like the way that because I don't want to block out people's vision to see everything. And
You didn't
if
set
I
up
do
the collision and walls and stuff. That's fine.
yeah, the walls are just a pain in the neck look. So that's why I do these.
Yeah. Okay. We got
So
this.
yeah, so the final one as you guys go in, you can now see this is where the dire wolf's home was. This is the strewn bones of animals, humans, other types of creatures just sprawled across.
Do we find the remains of the? Oh, she wasn't lying then. Do we find the remains of the people?
You can give me a medicine check.
Yeah, we're looking
Oh, you
for.
know what
I
I think?
believe it's dwarf bones. We're looking for dwarf bones. If I'm
You're looking for dwarves of some sort of
Yeah.
at some sort of level of
I'm thinking this map says that there's something north of here, marking X. I'm thinking that's where they are, but I'm going to look anyway. Medicine. Shantae loves me. 12.
It's hard to tell. There's humanoid bones, but you don't know if they're dwarves.
All right. You want to take a short rest and then go north?
I have a bit of magical juice for the next 10 minutes. So if we want to go north when I have a little bit more range, we want to go sooner, but if we want to wait, I just won't have as much magic juice.
All right, let's go. I mean, if we wait for an hour, then I can tell another story. But
That's true.
All right.
Yeah, and I could use it now.
we've already checked out everything in this
You
cave.
checked out everything here. Yep.
We can take a short
Alright,
rest.
let's
It's
just be
mostly
very-
that's her final use of the day.
Plus,
So-
we got a boat to catch as well at the end of the day. We can't take a.
Do a short rest.
Can we do a short rest? Yeah.
It's up
I'd
to you. I mean, it'll take about an hour, so.
Yeah.
All right. We'll
Short
take a
resting.
rest.
All right. So as you're resting, nothing seems to come nothing happens. It seems you have cleaned out the inhabited caverns of a long lost civilization. Each one of you can get your stuff. As you heal up, bandage your wounds, gather your composure, and prepare yourself for your next journey. You all head. Are you going to tell a story before we leave?
Yeah, I can do its story after a short rest.
Sure. Let you tell your story.
One moment, please. Let me tell you a story, just to bolster our spirits. A long time ago, in a place far, far away, there was an elven wizard named Westlock, and he was a duke. He was a fellow possessing deep cunning and was known far and wide for his craftiness and underhanded way of dealing with his foes. One such foe was a red dragon named Yamarush, called the Dreadmaw. And old Westlock, he was hatching a plan to take her down and claim the Dreadmaw's hoard. So I continue telling the story for 10 minutes, and then I end it. So they sat across the chess table from each other, sipping tea, an elf and a dragon in human form, mind you. Westlock moved a piece and said, "You know, I'd miss playing with you." Yamaru delicately moved one of her pieces, saying, "And I would really miss playing with you. So just remember, a good enemy is preferable to a bad friend. Blessings of Shantae be upon thee." Everyone gets 4 hit points.
All right. I almost want to start a small Patreon just to finish these, just to pick the
Yeah.
middles of these stories.
Yeah.
Like 1-page stories of Jinjak. $5 a month for Shantae. All right. As you finish up your story, you each feel that vibrance of the stories of Shantae. You head north, I'm guessing, towards this spot.
Yes.
All right. As you do, you find a couple things. One, you find a crack in the ice. You find what seems to be a glistening about 40 feet down in the water itself. And you see nothing around otherwise. What do you do?
Wait. You said there is a crack and we can
There's
see
a crack in the
40
ice.
feet down it.
You can see 30 feet down it. There is something glistening in the water.
Oh, I go for it.
Okay. First off, I need you to roll me a Constitution saving throw because you're
Cool.
jumping into frigid cold ice, water.
All right.
Oh.
11.
Okay. I need you to take 1 point of exhaustion,
Okay.
and you're moving half speed, and it's 40 feet down. So what is your speed right now?
Half speed, 15 feet.
Okay. So you're 15 feet down. And you keep moving. So I need you to roll me another Constitution saving throw.
Would I have disadvantage for that?
If that's what hit it, yeah. So exhaustion level 1 is for, I believe, just ability checks, but it could be for saving throws too.
I think it's just
Disadvantage on ability checks.
So no,
All
so
right.
you still have normal on that one.
Okay. 25.
25 passes, so you push another 15 feet. You've got one more before you get to the item.
Okay.
Roll me another Constitution saving throw.
16.
16 passes. You find a large wooden chest.
I just hold it up. Oh.
Okay, roll me another Constitution saving throw to get back up. You have 3 more.
20.
20 passes. 2 more.
Next one,
Yep.
17.
17 passes.
Yeah.
Last
Next one.
20.
20 passes. As you burst out, Benji is covered in water. You can see parts of her body have started to turn blue. Her hair has crystallized as she pulls out of the as you help her out of the water, and she has this large wooden chest resting against it.
Erwina is going to come in with prestidigitation to warm you up.
All
I
right.
am
thank
the
you, thank you.
warm towel.
You
Oh,
still have 1 level of exhaustion.
okay.
And that will take a whole long rest in order to push through.
Gotcha.
Do you open the chest?
I'll make a fire.
Somebody check it. I have these, and I pull out my thieves tools. I'm not really good at checking for stuff, so
Neither am I. I'll make a fire.
You can make a fire on the ice.
No, on the bank. We'll get to a bank.
Okay.
Yeah, go to the bank and I'll make a fire there.
All right, just checking.
Irwina, if you can give me some guidance.
Yeah, sure.
All right, I'm gonna make an investigation check to
Okay.
check for traps.
Remember, that's at a
Fire
disadvantage.
spread.
Yes.
Just checking.
Oh fuck! I forgot to roll a d4. Oh wait, hold up. D4, 12.
Your thieves' tools break as the item
Well-
just kind of.
We could maybe pick it back at the inn.
Wait, I can try. I have a set too because I was a street urchin.
Mm.
Okay.
I did an investigation check, not with my thieves tools.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
I was
So-
checking for traps.
Got it.
Oh.
You have no idea if there's a trap or not.
Yeah.
Is it
Go ahead, Snark. It seems fine. I'll back up.
is it locked?
It is locked.
Okay, yeah. So what up?
I'll tell you after the show where you could have gotten this key.
Hey, there we go.
22. You're able to and open it. As you open it, it is full of golden coins.
Ooh!
Go.
I close it super fast and I say it's empty.
I'm standing right here, Snark. I can see I'm taller than you.
As a party, and this is one of the largest ones you will get for this area, you guys just found a hidden chest that she had hidden with 600 gold coins.
Oh, we're rich. We're rich now.
It's 120 gold each.
Right. And I open it up really quick, smiling. Just kidding. All right, 120 gold.
What are we doing?
Oh man.
Heading back to
so-
East Haven at this point?
Yeah. I
So-
just.
So we don't have any proof the dwarves died, but we know the dwarves died.
More than likely. I mean, unless we want to go back and check for dwarf bones again, but we didn't find any. But
No.
by the Hag's own admission, there were some people that went missing around the same time that stumbled into her cave and then never stumbled back home. I think we have a probable cause. We can at least.
I was hoping not, but yeah, you're right. Either the wolf got him or the hag got him.
All right. So you wait for a couple hours. You wait. You get back to the area where the father and son are going to pick you back up towards the end of the evening, or towards the end of the day. They finally, out of sight, you're starting to watch as you're waiting there for it seems forever. All of a sudden, you see in the distance the couple, the father and son, kind of starting to row out from the center of the lake where they were fishing all day, back towards you, and you can hear the boy, "Hey, they're here! They're here! They're not dead!"
Don't look so surprised.
Dad, they're here! as the father kind of grabs the oars and starts pushing farther, closer and closer to the edge of the ice where you guys are at. Oh, we really didn't think you were going to make it.
Yeah, neither did we.
I mean, it's been
I
a day
just
and a
got
half.
it.
Yeah.
We weren't coming back tomorrow. You would have been out here for a few days.
Well, we're plucky like that.
Huh.
Glad that you
Plucky?
maybe got a message.
Well, yeah, this strange bird flew up next to us about a day ago.
Yeah, that was from me.
I had assumed it was from one of you, but I didn't want to think the worst and think that maybe this was one of those birds that presents the final letter.
Oh no, no! It was just a check in tomorrow.
Well, get on in here. It's cold out here. Let's get back to the town. Get some food in you. Let you get back to your lives. We can get off this blasted lake.
Mm-hmm.
And he'll kind of usher you all in and look down and go, "Whoa, what'd you find there?"
Who is he looking at?
The giant chest that y'all are carrying.
That's not for you. Please don't touch.
Oh, no worries. He said, well, as long as we can get our day's worth like we've asked, whatever you found in the caves, and that's on y'all. I hope you found your what you were looking for, though.
Kinda.
Did you find a boat?
Yep.
Oh, you did? Remember what the name of it was on it?
Jeff?
We did not find a boat.
Found pieces of boat, if I remember correctly.
Never you mind, Snart. And
We found pieces of boat.
we
We
found
also-
pieces of.
Did it have a name on it?
No, they were smashed too small, I believe.
Oh,
Idly's
bad.
trying to remember. Idly didn't take notes.
well. Hopefully you can. We can convince the family as well as the guard that you found what you were looking for, and we can go from there.
Mm-hmm.
But let's get back going, and they'll start rowing away from the waters as the aurora starts to blend into the darkness itself. As it's starting to get dark, the sun places a small lantern on front of the boat and lights it. It's kind of like this beacon as you guys are riding into East Haven.
Mm-hmm.
You guys about 2.5 hours into the evening, you finally start to see the edges of the docks of East Haven, and you're able to place your feet on land once again. And the boy goes, "Yeah, just a day's payment. So, what did we say? 30 silver."
Yeah.
I think we all had planned to chip in for that.
Okay.
Yeah, we each paid 5 silver. No, it's 6 silver each, and I already took mine out.
Yeah, I believe I did too.
Okay. Well, you had given him half first and then half now, so. But I think you guys are already paid, like actually adjusted it from your accounts. But he'll take the other half.
Do you take Venmo?
I take what?
Never mind.
Must be something
I
from.
beat Snart to death with my mace in my mind, and then I stopped.
Yeah. All right. As you bid farewell, as the father and son pull the boat onto the shore, and start to drag it back towards the docks, you all are welcome to be on your way. Are you heading? Where are we heading next?
I guess back to the white lady.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm tired.
All right. So as you head back to the White Lady, you all come in just exhausted, drenched. Some of you just worn out from the day. Bart walks by. Oh, Hello! Welcome
Hi.
back. We're just about ready to shut down for the evening.
Oh, would we be able to stay here tonight?
I mean, of course, it's, what was it, five silver a room?
I think we're good for it.
Yeah, I'd offer to perform, but I guess we're tired.
I don't think I could do another one of your guys' performance. It made me, tired me out for days.
Yes, but didn't
Oh,
you
wait.
have a little bit of a youthful glow after that? I saw it. I saw it.
All right,
I
you got
saw
me.
it.
You got
can
me
handle
there.
It. You can still dance. I saw it.
He kind of does a little jig with his hips and goes, oh!
Oh,
Maybe
Oh,
not that
not
much.
that much. Not that much.
Oh,
Let's. But you still have a
You
little
know,
bit of life left.
I
in you.
appreciate you. You all are very sweet people. And he reaches over to get like a cane, kind of like holds up on it with both hands. Yeah, just put the coin on the table, and I'll get your keys. Same as last time, right?
Yeah.
All right. And he grabs 3 keys and places them up on the table. All right. And he walks, kind of limps over slowly to the lantern and dims the lantern in the front window. And he locks the door the door. So I'll see you all in the morning.
In the morning.
Good night.
Good night. And Ronaldo, you have it. And he kind of just opens the door, locks the door, walks around, and you know that there's a small hut next to the tavern where he and his wife sleep and rest. But being that he's an older couple, and as well as this is kind of the family bar, and he doesn't really worry too much about the patrons. Nobody seems to really want to steal from him. Not to mention the guards are pretty solid for people of the town. But you all are welcome to head to the evening to rest. Is there anything any of you want to do before we close down for the evening here within the White Lady?
Go ahead. You go first.
My thing might want to go last. So go, you do yours.
All right.
Okay. I take off one of the chains, the belt that I put around my neck like a chain,
Okay.
and I just walk over to Arween, and I'm just like, I just kind of hold it up to her for a second, and then I'm just like, yeah, you deserve this, and I put
Oh
it
my
on her.
god. Erwina
So,
like falls.
It like
yeah.
weighs you over. We're talking a good probably 80 pounds.
Being fancy is so heavy.
But for you, Benji, it doesn't feel more than like 15 pounds.
Well, I mean, it suits you.
I mean, am I working it?
Yeah, just do a little twirl. Just do a
Oh
little
my!
twirl.
And it's like the world's slowest, most painful.
Okay,
twirl.
you're doing like an old person thing. Are you
Yeah,
okay?
I understand the weight of time
Oh, okay. Do you,
Keeper was talking about.
oh, okay. Yeah. Oh, wait. Do the
This
little
is
hip
very-
shimmy thing he did.
Oh god!
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay.
This is weird. My
I did a
elven
little-
side is not used to this.
Okay.
And
You want me
you
to
start
take
to
it?
watch Erowina just slowly go one direction until she falls to the ground.
I say she's like a gazelle, one that got shot with an arrow a few times and is almost dead.
Oh man. Okay. Well, I guess you can't wear this, so I guess I'll give it to Castle as a gift.
I mean, yeah, you could give it to Castle, or we could break it up and hawk it. Is that the term? Is that the term that's used for it when
Well,
you have treasure?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
We could sell it.
We can
like,
definitely.
or Castle could wear it. It's
I look at
big
Snart
on
and
me.
and I say, how does it feel to be chopped liver? I mean, you know what chopped liver feels like? You know, never being considered, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
And I'll put it in ginger.
He's gonna put it on Jinjack.
All right. Thank you.
Jin's like, I'm out. Bye.
Square for me.
I'll
And I
probably sell it. But and I'll
You watch Jinjak just kind of carrying it up the stairs.
actually, how strong am I? I don't think Jim Jack's that strong.
Erwina has an 8 strength.
I'm stronger than Irina, that's for sure. Yeah.
Still, 80 pounds is not something light for a human. It's like wearing an 80. It's like wearing an 80-pound sack, over your back, extra.
Yeah, Jim Jack is 10 strong.
Yeah, so it's a little easier to carry, but it's definitely not something you would just wear
No.
to wear it.
I just
And
looked
even
to
when you
Irina.
take it off and place it on the ground, you can feel the weight of it hit the ground.
I just look to Arena and I just say, well, let's figure out what these runes or whatever this writing is means before we chop it up, because it could mean
Yeah.
something.
That makes sense. Maybe we can find somebody in town who knows how to speak giant.
Yeah. Listen, I'm all for, what was the word you used?
Hawking, I believe that was the term.
Okay.
Or
Pillaging and plundering.
fencing?
Fence, yeah. Pillaging and plundering.
Fencing is for stolen goods. This is rated.
I mean, we did
am
remove it from its
greedy.
culture of origins.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're dirty frost giants. So
Um,
yeah.
Although, maybe we should tone down that right now, though, sir. Let's tone down that energy. Just because
What?
just because somebody's different than you and has different cultural customs, doesn't mean that they're necessarily dirty. Maybe they did bathe a lot.
You know,
They were in the
this
hot
is what comes
springs.
from you, Hunter, to try to have conversations with cannibals. I mean, really? I mean,
Erwina actually just walks off. She's done with Jinjak. She's
Done with Jinjak for
no,
the
she's done. Like she's
Oh.
done with the attitude right now.
All right. So as Arowina walks up the stairs,
No, she's done.
I just
Benji
go
and
and I just go and
Castle
snatch my chain back, and I'm just like, and I follow her.
follow
No.
up the stairs.
Yeah.
The ladies.
So when you guys get to the top of the stairs,
Oh, no.
Snark is already up there, sitting down, and in front of him is his open sack of his portion of the gold,
Mm-hmm.
and he looks kind of forlorn, although he doesn't know what that means. And he says, I'm not real good at doing stuff with other people, and I know I can be annoying and stuff, and so I don't know if I can fix myself, but to say I'm sorry, you guys can have this.
Oh no, Snark, you don't have to do that. At least not to me.
oh.
I look up at Jinjak.
Oh, no, I'm not taking a penny of that. That's yours.
I look
You're-
at Castle.
Nope, not allowed to do that.
Yeah.
You can't do that. She's not here.
Yeah.
I look at Benji.
To everyone else. Of course, I would never do that to you, Snark.
Wow, that was a long pause.
It was an
You don't
honest pause.
understand.
It was an honest pause, and I can respect that.
I say
I like gold.
Yeah, you're
it's
still.
just that I like y'all, and I'm trying to do my best. And anyway, thanks. And then I snap my fingers, and the illusion disappears,
Aw.
and I go to bed.
I want to take him. And I just, like, as he's getting up, I think Benji is kind of reaching down to grab him.
Ah!
And I think Castle just pulls her back, and she's just
Yeah.
like, not now. I'm like, okay.
It was a joke. That's all.
Okay.
All right. So as the rest of you go to bed, Jinjak, what is the final? What are you doing finally?
I'll set up a prayer for Shantea, to thanking her for our survival and today's travails, and against the terrifying frost giant skeleton, especially. And that's about it, I think.
All right. So
Good night.
as the evening closes and all of our players go to sleep, Jinjak, you have a dream. In your dream, you see this vibrant, flourishing area covered in greenery, a open garden placed in the center of it. the surrounding farms that seem to be growing all sorts of vegetation, wheat, and herbs. And you notice something strange about this. To the back, almost like a backdrop in your dream, you can see the spine of the world, the ice mountains of Icewind Dale. And you feel in your mind that there is somewhere in this world that looks like this. And then, slowly but surely, that ice starts to creep up onto this town. Slowly, as it cripples, the ice starts to dwindle. As the wheat starts to cripple and crumble, the fruit and vegetables start to wilt and fall. The open garden completely encases over ice, and everything goes to darkness. And that is what we'll pick up next week.
Yeah.
All right. For those who are watching, we will be going through a bit of a transition starting next week, as some of our players have prior arrangements and life going on. So we're going to bring our first guest to Dress to Quest for Season 3 starting next week, and we are going to, as we take a moment to let Eric and Space go take care of some personal stuff, and we'll hopefully see them the following week. But until then, hope you had a wonderful, wonderful evening. Thank you to all of our players once again for what you guys have done and brought to this story. Thank you, of course, to Foundry and Sirenscape and Incarnate, GUI Cube, and last one I'm forgetting, Nerdiest Maximus, who does all of our music. And of course, thank you to Gen Con for letting us have this opportunity. Oh my goodness.
Nice.
Once again, the amazing artwork of Jinjack. Keep an eye out on all of our social medias as we present these amazing artworks from last week's and this week's episodes as we start our new journey into the next portion of our story in Icewind Dale. Until then, everybody have a wonderful, wonderful night.
This one is